Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Radio Show, a once proud member of the now defunct Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. On a rare occasion, I was sick enough to have to cancel the live shows this week, so let's take the opportunity to look back at Scotty Mays to gear up for the showdown with Autumn Hatcher. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
Plums.
Plums. So the Life Radio Show lowers your... I didn't put blood pressure on there. I just put sperm count. You can tell where my thoughts are.
Because who cares about a low blood pressure? Everybody cares about the sperm.
Yeah, well, a lower sperm count lowers your blood pressure, too, because you don't have to worry about having kids.
I know
That's
many women in
definitely true.
East Dayton would agree with you.
But no, Patrick, tell us what you had pointed out before we came back from break.
What about Star?
About your blood pressure.
About my blood pressure? Oh, it was
Yeah.
140 at the beginning of the show, over 83 or something like that. And after all of this laughing, it's now 129 over 76.
Look at that.
I mean,
man.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
The Life Radio Show is changing lives. We are lowering blood pressure. We are making people happy, Patrick. That's what we do here. That's what we're all about.
Are you a happy Patrick?
He's a Well, we were talking about Plum Bob food fest. There's Patrick. We had, during the break, we found a couple more potential show titles. Thank
great.
you, Star. One potential is The Mayor's Plums, a Terrible Prono. Which does sound like one. And, of course, the other one is Plum Bob Spooge Pants.
Oh, gosh.
Which is great. That's just fun. And Star also pointed out that I have not yet drunk texted her, so hang on. Tomorrow night I'll get to you.
Plum Bob.
I won't get home tonight
Spooge
early enough to really get a good drunk going. So
Yeah, that's why you got to start doing it on the way
Scotty's in
home.
recovery. You're just shaking your head at me, man.
Oh, I'm not judging you. I'm actually, I get jealous of people who can still partake in partying.
I shouldn't be, honestly.
But then I hear their stories of regret, and I'm like, that's why I quit.
That's what somebody posted something randomly on Facebook the other night. They just posted on there, "What's for dinner?" And that was my answer: is vodka and regret.
Nice.
Yeah, and there were people that actually messaged me and asked if I was okay. It's like, it was just a joke, sorta. Oh, no.
Star fired back. Yeah, I can't type.
It's all good. Oh, let's see. An off-duty Texas police officer shot his own son on Saturday night after he mistook him for an intruder, authorities said. They tell you we're doing news stories. You guys all right over there?
Yeah, we're just actually we know sign language, so we communicate between each other while you're doing your news. So we let each other know who goes first.
You need to pay attention to the news stories. It's important stuff.
A police officer from Houston
shot his.
That's why I'm the mayor.
There you go.
So he shot his entitled son.
Yes, exactly.
Butch might know about this because he's down in Texas.
Yeah, an off-duty Plexus Tease officer.
We're professionals. Please use the microphone.
I haven't even had vodka yet. An off-duty Texas police officer shot his own son on Saturday night after he mistook him for an intruder, authorities said. The, quote, long-term veteran officer of the Dallas Police Department arrived at his home in DeSoto on Saturday around 6 p.m. and thought a trespasser was inside. The intruder was his adult son, according to Pete Schultz. That's a rough name. Pete Schultz, a spokesperson for the DeSoto police. The police officer called 911 and identified himself as an off-duty Dallas cop. Investigators arrived to find the son, identified in his 20s as, quote, lightly struck by a bullet in his arm, because he's a poor shot. Either that
Firing
or
blanks.
he knew who it was. I don't know if that was an accident. The officer told authorities he mistook his son for an intruder. After he turned around and he saw his face, plain as day in the bright light, he thought for sure. Anyway, it was a mistake. He thought there might have been an intruder in his home. He didn't know who was supposed to be there and so forth, Schultz said. It was a startling situation. It was an accident. Seems awful hard to cover that up. It was an accident. It was an accident. They had to go through that much of an explanation. That was no accident.
And so his son played along? Like, yeah, he didn't mean to.
Yeah. Well, he just got shot. What else is he going to do? He going to argue with the guy that just shot you?
Well,
It's like, yeah, sure, it was lightly in the arm, but it didn't have to be, boy.
see, son he's in his 20s, still living at his dad's. He was probably like, I guess I'm taking this bullet if I want to stay here.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah.
I totally
Didn't mean to do it.
Because I'm getting ready to go skiing tomorrow in Dallas. Yeah, there's a lot of unbelievable bits to that story. So, what do we think?
I'm thinking he made an aggressive move towards Pops.
Yeah.
You know, Pops looked at his man boobies and said, "You know, I'm just popping one off right here."
Yep. He was going through his stash. Yeah, that's what happened. He was into the cop's stash.
I bet it was donut driven.
Yeah. Donut driven
Wow.
violence. That's a big problem in America.
Because I know, I'm telling you, it's been 3 months since I've had a donut. And if somebody came at my donuts right now, like I'd probably shoot somebody. Be like, those are my donuts.
So you're even clean from donuts.
For the moment, I've lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
You look better than both of us. I mean, but that's on
Hey,
par.
speak for yourself. Don't make me take my shirt off up in here.
I will. Oh, no.
I mean, according to the thermostat, it's 77. So
I'm training to eat, though. So I wanted to cut all this.
training to eat.
Yeah, the holidays are coming.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
gonna
I thought
deprive
you were
myself
going,
of all that good-
you're going
competitive.
from comedy into
Competitive eating?
Yeah, I can see you with Kobayashi up there battling.
I mean,
You have a Joey Chestnut build.
no.
Huh?
No.
Oh, I look better in Joey Chestnut.
Having all that. And you've been in jail before, right? So, yeah, you don't even have to chew the hot dogs.
Right.
I was waiting for a hot dog joke.
I do have to trade ramen noodles for water, though. So it's tricky.
He's making a break, folks. Making a break. That's all it is.
Oh, this is why it's important not to mix up the holidays. A haunted house attraction in Connecticut reportedly found itself at the center of a controversy thanks to some poorly placed statues meant for a future Christmas decoration. The Nightmare on Walcott Street in Waterbury decided to cover 2 statues of the Virgin Mary with sheets at the request of the mayor's office. Apparently, some locals mistook the statues as being part of the attraction and found it to be disrespectful.
I could see that, but wasn't Waterbury the name of the place where the governor lived in The Walking Dead?
Woodbury.
Oh,
thank
okay. Yeah.
You were on the right. You were on the right
Do your
path
thing.
there.
My
Yeah.
train of thought's gone. I just completely lost that.
So the mayor's office asked them to cover them with sheets, so essentially made them part of the Halloween decorations by turning them into ghosts.
As mayor of Corwin, I would never let that happen in my community.
Yeah, never
For the
anything
record.
that innocent. Yeah, but it was the Virgin Mary. You won't
The
be able to
Virgin
find
Mary
the
will not
Virgin
be a
in
ghost
Corwin.
in Corwin,
Yep.
Ohio.
Yep, you cannot
Take
find
it
a
to the
virgin in
bank.
Corwin, so you'll never have one covered up.
He's not lying, folks.
There's the mayor of your town. That's quite a shining endorsement. The lack of virginity.
I mean, he made a triable prono, so it makes sense.
That's a triable prono. When they're all virgins, because nobody knows what they're doing. That's a triable prono right there.
Tribal prono.
That's where you get the Virgin Mary statue in the triable prono.
Yes. Speaking of prison,
Oh, my gosh.
they say love knows no boundaries. An 18-year-old German man's last-ditch effort to sway his ex-girlfriend into getting back together got him into a tricky spot when he was caught scaling a 13-foot wall at the local women's prison to try to reach her window. Yep, she stopped seeing him because she went to jail. The ex, also 18, had broken up with a man from the northwestern town of Vechta via the prison phone, and he wanted to talk to her, according to local media. So he scaled up the wall, taking off most of his clothes as a precaution so he wouldn't get snagged on the barbed wire at the top, regional broadcaster NDR reported. The half-naked teen then proceeded to climb up to his ex's window on the first floor. On the first floor? What is this guy, 2 feet tall?
Well, the fences are large in prison.
That's true. Prison guards noticed the 18-year-old, and when he refused to climb back down, they called the fire department to bring him down with a ladder. It was a 13-foot wall. Throw a rock at him. He's coming down.
Then the fire department pressed charges because he smacked him with his wiener schnitzel.
Yep. He got a schnitzel
You
caught
gotta say
in
it
the barbed
correctly.
wire.
It's Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah,
Thanks,
don't
Patrick.
Get your schnitzel caught in the barbed wire.
Sounds like a board game.
There are so many questions I have wrong with this. Spending some time in Germany.
Chime.
Yes, chime.
Is there said Chinaman?
There's Chinaman. But like prostitution's legal in Germany. So how hard up do you have to be to go
climb a prison
wall with barbed wire fences to get to the first floor?
Man, it was love.
Oh,
The things people do for love.
vasectomies.
I mean,
No,
some
that
people
wasn't for
do.
love. That was for lust.
It's hilarious that he still got broke up with over the phone.
over the prison phone. Would you accept a collect call? Yes. What?
I just paid $25 for you to break up with me.
Nothing says I hate you like being
Yeah, like
up on
being
a collect
broken up by a prison phone collect call.
I thought text message breakups were bad, but now that I think about it, I definitely wouldn't want to collect call
Exactly.
breakup.
It'd be horrible if you
Exactly.
set up a JPay account and found out that you were spending all that money for nothing.
Speaking of schnitzel, an Indian man was arrested Saturday after police alleged that he cut off and ate sloth bear genitalia in an effort to boost his sex drive.
Sloth what?
Sloth bear genitalia. The man, only identified as Yarlin,
Yarlin. I've met a lot of Indians. And everyone, Yarlin. Hey, I'm Yarlin.
that was his nickname. That's what the sloth bear was doing when he was cutting his winky off. He was Yarlin. Yarl!
Because they can't yell. It's Yarlin, my boy.
The man identified only as Yarlin because it's in quotes, too.
Oh, yeah,
so that's
yeah,
not
yeah,
his
yeah.
real name.
That's what
That
he
is
ever
his
cutting off
nickname. It's
sloth.
Yarlin. Was taken into custody in the western state of Gujarat.
Or like
That's what the
Gujarat.
sloth had afterwards.
That's all he had left. Just had his two little Gujarats there. And after being on the run for years, this happened years ago, and they chased this man down over sloth bear genitalia. We created a special cell to track him down and arrest him, said Ritesh Sarothia of the Madhya Pradesh Forest Department. It was our longest chase. It went on for 6 years.
Oh my god.
People were determined to get their bear penis back. Investigators first thought something was amiss when they were notified of sloth bear carcasses without their genitals in Kana National
So
Park.
this is a serial incident.
Yeah, it's a serial penis snatcher
of sloth.
of sloth bear variety. Officials say Yarlin is part of the nomadic Party Bahalia tribe, which typically lives in forests and hunts to survive, and reportedly believes animal penises serve as an aphrodisiac. Yarlin, the bear penis snapper.
Wow.
That's a good documentary. And a good prono, too.
Yeah, because everybody thought that it's like the chupacabra. Yarlin's just it's a myth. There's no real Yarlin. It's like the Yeti, the Yarlin Yeti.
The Yarlin Yeti.
Yeah, the Yarlin Yeti, the case of the sloth bear penis.
I'm
pretty sure that's a Nancy Drew, isn't it?
Really?
Yarlin in the case.
Yeah. They brought the
Mrs.
Hardy Boys in on that
Sloth
one,
Bear
too, to help
genitalia.
solve that mystery.
Yeah, the
6 years.
The
I mean,
Hardy Boys had to be in on that.
Hey, American, are you having troubles? I have sloth bear penis over here. Plenty sloth bear
He's
penises.
walking around with a trench coat. He's got them hanging.
Exactly. Come over here. Come to this side. You need naan-bread? Sloth penises?
Looking like leathered beef jerky.
Good one.
Oh, that's a great callback.
We have them fresh and jerky style.
Well, yeah, if you're going to eat them, you might as well jerk them. I jerked the meat for you.
Did you just say you nuke the meat for me? He will nuke the meat for me.
No, dehydrated. Dehydrated sloth bear penis. Oh, man.
They're using Scotty's dehydrator for that.
Putting it to good use. Putting it to good use.
Have you ever had sloth sausage salad?
It's aphrodisiac.
Slap of a Jim Jom. Slim Jom.
What?
By Larry Lane on Facebook.
Oh, Larry's listening too. Snap into a Slim Jim. Need a little excitement? Snap into a sloth bear.
Oh, yeah. Snap into a sloth.
By the Inmate brand.
Be careful, Jess. I don't want you to crap again.
Too late.
How's your blood pressure, Patrick? How's your sloth bear penis? Need some dip. Do you have any buffalo dip?
Just some of that atomic chicken wing dip.
Yeah, buffalo sloth bear penis.
We have some lovely hummus today to go with this sloth.
Oh, man. Phew, where do we go from there? That's got to be the best story I've had in the world. Slim Jom.
Slim John?
Yeah, Slim Jom is also a terrible prono.
6 years.
Well, another one could be
6 years, this sloth bear penis
the
bandit.
serial penis snatcher.
yeah.
6 years on
That could be a
6
great
years.
informative
You gotta
serial
have a little
penis
penis if
snatcher.
you're going to be on the lam.
Serial penis snatcher could be a great informative murder porn. If you think about it.
Informative murder porn.
How much is
because all the ones I watch are so informative.
all that other
I only watch them for educational purposes. They're very informative.
Let's say if I was to need a sloth bear penis.
This is how you cut it off.
Yeah, but how do you jerk it? I need to jerk it. 'Cause
Hypothetically.
It keeps longer.
Very
It keeps
slowly.
longer when you jerk it.
Because if you go too fast, you're going to disturb the sloth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I'd say it wouldn't bother you.
The key is curry powder.
It'd be really slow to get to you if he's trying to attack you.
Who has ever got their butt kicked by a sloth?
Penis alone. And it's gone.
It's over.
Oh, the poor sloth bear.
I mean, you would think someone would be easy to. I mean, how much has he decimated the sloth population by cutting off penises?
That's 6
a legit
years.
question.
6 years
You know?
of mutilated sloth bear penis by Yarlin, courtesy of Yarlin, the sloth bear penis mutilator.
I wonder if Yarlin is what he shouted after every penis decimation or whatever.
Penis decimation.
All righty then.
I couldn't think of the word.
I can tell. I didn't want to think of the word, Patrick.
We weren't going to help you figure that out.
Yeah, sometimes we just let
We're
you go
like,
and
just
see
let
where
him
you're going.
struggle, boys.
we
let
were
him
Like, I have
struggle.
no idea what's going on, but I want to see what direction this takes. Take us on a journey, Patrick.
Castration was never coming out of our mouths.
I'm going to take you on a jerky rather than a journey.
Yep, take us on a jerky journey.
Jerky journey.
Sloth is one of the 7 deadly sins. He was just trying to put a stop to it.
I know that from that movie with.
Seven?
7? Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is one of them, too, whatever this is. Whatever's been going on in this studio today is probably one of the 7 deadly sins.
Sweat and stink.
Oh, so it's 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Sloth, sweat, stink, greed, fart.
Yes.
That's 5. What are the other 2? Gluttony and stupidity. That's
I got 7 out of 7 here.
Yep, you're on a roll. And that roll stinks. A Florida inmate. It's always a good way to start. Because we got to be able to bounce back from sloth bear penis.
Well,
Sometimes that's
if anybody's
hard to
going
do.
to do it, it's going to be somebody from Florida.
Exactly.
So.
A Florida inmate has been arrested. There's already
That's
an inmate.
kind of-
Yeah, a Florida inmate has been arrested.
Great writer there.
For feeding pet iguanas to an alligator at the sheriff's zoo next to the jail after fellow inmates ratted him out. So now there's a rat involved, too. Investigators said Jason Aaron Gibson, all three names because he is a serial killer of pet iguanas. A 40-year-old suspected car thief was one of the select inmates given the privilege of working outside at the petting zoo on Stock Island, officials at Monroe County Sheriff's Office told the Miami Herald. Two other inmates who worked at the farm were left, quote, distraught and heartbroken after witnessing Gibson toss iguanas to a 6-foot alligator named Irwin multiple times, officials said, because it's important we know his name's Irwin.
Did they have a petting zoo in your prison there, Scotty?
I was the petting zoo.
Good one, Patrick.
That was pretty good.
I was so proud of them for stepping forward, said Gene Salander, a civilian jail employee running the farm. They couldn't accept that. They really cared. I'm so sad they had to witness it. Because that's bound to be the worst thing they've witnessed in prison, is a pet iguana being fed to an alligator. That's nature. That's if you put an alligator and iguana in a natural setting, that iguana is probably going to be eaten. He was just a naturalist.
Nice.
Good point.
He was keeping it real, yo.
And only one penis will be lost in all that.
Exactly. And they didn't say if the iguana was a male or female, so there could have been no penis harmed in this news story.
It's a win-win for everyone.
Star wants to know why there's an alligator in a petting zoo.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
Because it's at a prison, they don't really give a damn. Go ahead and pet him, boys. He's friendly to the inmates.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Yeah. Some iguanas you just can't reach. I don't like it any more than the alligator.
I ate 50 eggs in an hour.
Christmas came early for one California man dubbed.
We are
Pretty
professionals.
much
Please
dumb,
speak into the microphone.
Dubbed as the, quote, drunk Santa suit criminal. And he is most definitely on local law enforcement's naughty list. Brea police arrested the festive and apparently impatient man Tuesday after they found him inside a car around 7 a.m., Fox 11 reported. The man, who has not been identified by authorities, appeared to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both, police said. Police took to social media to share a message from the drunk Santa suit criminal. Dear Santa, the letter began, I'm sorry I stole your red suit. I was drunk and made some poor choices. I know it's only October and it's hot. Too hot for this suit, but I was drunk. Poor choices. That's my mantra these days.
I was drunk, poor choices.
Yeah, I was drunk. Poor choices. Yes.
That should be
Now
the AA meetings mantra there.
Yeah, yep, I was drunk. I think it is.
It's not.
No, it's not. I've been to a couple of meetings. Too much God for me.
Yeah.
Too much God. Do you
can
know
see
of any AA meetings that God isn't invited to?
The individual needs to take God out and replace it to what they believe their higher power is.
Higher power.
I am my higher power, Scotty.
Then, all right.
And that doesn't work for me because I have to listen to everybody talk about God. And I don't.
This camera could be your higher power.
We aren't really on speaking terms these days.
Well, the mayor of Corwin.
Moving on, we got news.
The mayor of Corwin could be your higher power.
Probably not. I don't live in Corwin.
The mayor's plums could be your higher power.
No. No, they can't because as you get older, they drop lower.
And they shrivel up into raisins.
Well, no,
Been
plums
looking a lot
turned
of-
up. Plums
you've been
into
in a lot of-
prunes.
Oh, wait,
You've been
that's
in a lot of
grapes.
locker
Never
rooms
mind.
with old men.
That's
haven't you,
grapes.
Patrick?
Never mind.
He's been doing that informative porn research.
Yeah, informative murder porn with old man plums. Local CBS reporter in California was apparently fighting. I don't like this one. A Utah man who was reportedly I don't know. I don't like this one either. A Utah man who reportedly had designs on becoming a homeowner is facing charges after he refused to take no for an answer in pursuit of his dream home. The man, identified by local news reports as Andrew Blackwell, 25, has reportedly been spotted several times at the house in Salt Lake City since August, and he's been warned by police not to enter the premises. Back to a B&E. But though the owner has rebuffed Blackwell's lowball attempts, there we are with lowballs again, attempts to buy the home, and police have repeatedly been called on him, Blackwell continues to enter the home and allegedly make improvements.
I just
It's gonna be mine. I'm going to fix it up first.
He's like, I just need to convert this to where it will house 7 women at the same time.
Why? For God's sakes, why?
I'm
Because
intrigued.
you need one for every deadly sin.
I mean, he's in Utah, right? Polygamy. Mormons.
That's just a bad idea.
Well, not for them.
No, it is. It's a bad idea for anybody.
You get tired of one, you move on to the other, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
like
the thing
reverse
is,
Snow
if-
White.
They have to be like in different houses.
Different houses.
Different
Oh, yeah,
houses.
that's right. You're right.
Otherwise,
You're
their
right.
cycles are
Yeah,
gonna
under the
sync.
same. Ooh.
And yeah, 7 at
Well,
once.
You,
Way to-
you apparently have never seen Team Sleepaway 7. It's a phenomenal film. With 7
Is
women
it a
living in the same
tribal prono?
Yes. It is. It worked out great in the movie. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Way to raise awareness.
What's that?
Raising awareness on the whole cycle thing.
Well,
I
yeah.
didn't even think about
it's
that.
information you have to know.
I almost made a bad decision. Thank you.
You are welcome, Scotty. Yeah. Well, poor choices.
That's it. I don't have a reason
yeah,
for
you
it.
can't say you were drunk because you're sober now. So. Okay. Do we have one more to cover, or are we just about to wrap? I think there's some I skipped because I wasn't wild about. Let's see.
Can't get more wild than the sloth penis.
Man,
that's
that
for
was
No,
uh,
I wasn't wild about him. The sloth penis. That's by far my favorite.
that was
delicacy.
That's going to be a hard one to top.
Yeah, you didn't expect that to
Indeed,
go that
indeed.
way.
Yeah, and it probably was a top.
Maybe it was just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip. Yeah, that's what. Leave the tip.
My old favorite game.
I'm like picturing him opening up that overcoat and showing all those.
Exactly.
And I'm like, they
All
probably
the-
look like
all the beef jerky.
looks like a bunch of aged sham wows that are going on. So it's like, you get it wet? How's this work?
Yeah, it's dehydrated sloth bear penis. That's,
Would you like them fresh or dried in the jerky style?
yeah, but if you're going to have a sloth bear penis, it's got to be jerky. It's got to be jerked. That's yeah. Yeah, they jerk chicken in Jamaica. Why not jerk sloth bear?
Good
I don't
point.
know.
Good point. Pretty good chicken too.
It is. Well, you're going to be happier when you're jerked.
Your blood pressure's going to go down too.
Yeah, exactly. As if you just listened to the Life radio show.
Winning.
Actually, I don't think the listeners' blood pressure is affected at all. It's just the people in here.
Yeah, it's probably
Because
some
we're
listeners are
participating.
just
None
like,
of the
oh,
none of the listeners are actually laughing. They're all staring at at their computer screen with Facebook live feed, looking at it about like Adam and Shane were looking at me for most of that first hour.
And then they're Googling the town that he's going to be running from.
Yeah, so they can avoid it. They're going to
about to
make
be
sure
smoke
whatever road
signals
they
sent
take
out
does
there.
not go through Corwin. Where's Corwin located?
Corwin is actually a enormous suburb of Waynesville, Ohio.
Oh, so a suburb of a suburb.
All right.
Yes.
A suburb of a village.
Correct.
Yes.
It is on 73. It's close to Caesars Creek.
Okay. I know where
Yeah,
you're talking
It's
about.
by 73 and 42. Population is 436 people. I'm the ruler now, officially.
Yes.
Probably going to be a
the
dictator.
King. They just changed the title to King of Corwin.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know how that's going to float, but we'll see.
Sorry, I got my beard caught in the microphone. It's terrible. It's terrible. Sorry, got a message. There's some messages on my phone. I'll get about a second. Anyway, it's about time to wrap up.
Oh, yeah.
Scotty, I know November 9th
Yep.
at the Courtyard Lounge in Englewood, in the Englewood Plaza, right where the Kmart isn't anymore, right by the Englewood Cinema. The Courtyard Lounge, fantastic place. They have a lot of good bands there most weekends, and they're going to have some great comics there. November
Looking forward
9th,
to it.
I'm going to be there. Scotty Mays is going to be there.
I'm not
Wendy
gonna be there.
Ferguson, Gary Henry, Karen Jaffe,
Kevin Rupert.
Kevin Rupert, Holly Shock. Am I missing anybody? I think is Luke Capasso on that, or is that who dropped out and you're covering for?
I'm covering for Mikey.
You're
Wells.
covering for Mike. Okay, Mike Wells was supposed to be on it.
Yeah.
We got Scotty Mays. So,
They got the JV version.
yeah. Yeah, you're doing one-liners.
Yeah, that's
not
it.
the- yeah,
that's
just
it.
not-
One
that's
lines
not
of
those.
Coke.
Yeah. Well, because I hate balls too much at once. It's one of Mike Wells' jokes. So,
There you go, Mikey.
I love Mike's.
He's a good
jokes.
dude.
He's got some great.
He caught me shoplifting.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah, and now you're covering for him and the.
What were you
So
stealing?
Jess, huh?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I got
there's
caught.
there's no time for that now.
Sorry.
No time to read.
I'm
Go
just gonna-
back and listen to that episode where I believe you were you on with Mike or was.
Were we on that show together? I think so. He hates it when I talk about it. He hates it. Another time.
Jess, anything coming up other than
no,
winning an election by default?
Yes. I am
or losing by write-in. If you live in Corwin, write like literally anyone in.
But not me.
Just not Jess.
Yes.
I'm going to be following, watching the political fallout from all of this.
Yeah, there could be riots in the streets. That is a fact. But, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, and in Corwin, that would do dollars worth of damage.
Maybe pennies. Because it's mostly a retirement community.
Oh, yeah. So they're going to be throwing pins.
All these changes he made contaminated our minnow pond.
Wow. That's a stretch.
I mean, when your top 5 Halloween gifts they give you are pennies, caramel apples, toothbrushes,
Bit-o honey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the worst of the worst of Halloween there.
Yeah, those little round mints that nobody.
Junior mints.
They're like all
beef
stuck
jerky
together, and it just.
Yeah. So, but no, I got nothing to promote other than if someone needs a comic, a paid comic, by the way, that's the key word. Please contact me.
No wonder you only would do one show a year.
Exactly.
You're not willing to accept the unpaid ones. You ain't doing comedy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I did enough of that. But yes, so just look up Jess Cordy on Facebook or Twitter, Jester00. I'm fun to follow if you only like looking at Twitter once every 3 months.
He's fun to follow, but not in person because he gets kind of gassy.
Thank you. Well played.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure what's happening next week. I know there's some frickin' sports broadcast.
Soccer.
Is that next week? Is that starting next week? You say there was one next week? I don't know. There's coming up.
Yeah.
There's coming up. I'm going to lose a lot of my shows.
That was around this time last year that happened.
Yeah. Nobody cares about rights sports. Anyway.
You won't believe we get a lot of listeners for it.
Yeah, they're probably drunk. Don't know what station they're on. All right.
Poor choices.
Poor choices. They were drunk. All right, we're gonna sign off. We may be in at like 5:30 or 5 o'clock next week. I don't know what's going on. We'll discuss it and kick the sloth bear penis around and see where we land. All right. Peace.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you, Scotty. Thank you. All right, Patrick, get us out of here. We're done. We've smoked this. We've smoked this sloth bear penis as much as we can.
Phenomenal.
All right, yeah. So I confirm there is a sports game next week.
Okay, rock on.
On the day the cartoon animals reverted to their natural state, all the kids agree was a sight to see when they peeled off the paper and they all ran free. On the day the cartoon animals reverted to their original work, they threw off their anthropomorphic ways and totally went berserk. And there was Smokey the Bear choking on a camper. Smokey the Bear choking on a camper. Smokey the Bear choking on a camper. Boo Boo and Yogi dining in the dumpster. Well, look at old Mickey, that dirty old rat, got a mouthful of cheese and his head in a trap. Donald's in a Chinese restaurant booth with a ginger glaze and no sailor suit, and there's Smokey the Bear choking on a camper. Smokey the Bear choking on a camper. Smokey the Bear choking on a camper. Bugs Bunny in the laboratory testing mascara. Well, Rocky's just a roadkill squirrel. Surprise, only flying being done by fly. Bullwinkle's in the woods far away from here with a radio collar and a tag in his ear. And Smokey the Bear's choking on a camper. Smokey the Bear's choking on a camper. Smokey the Bear's choking on a camper. Porky smells nicer on a spiral slicer. Goofy's sniffing out drugs at the border. Bambi's on the turnpike riding on a fender.
Able to open it, according to the Daily Camera. Inside Edition speculated the contents in the dumpster may have given the bear the munchies, but Bud Depot manager Nico Garza wasn't high on that theory. It's just boxes. It's none of the fun stuff like you would imagine.
It's just all
Why would the
stems and
pop be in the
seeds,
dumpster?
man.
Yeah, exactly. Why would the pop be in the dumpster? unless an employee is trying to take the good stuff home with it.
It's not like the food in a restaurant where they just throw it out at the end of the day.
Like,
oh,
we're done. Can't sell this no more. No, because what they do when it gets past the expiration date that the government makes it put on, they distribute that to the non-legal states. That's I've heard. Moving on. A French inventor failed in his attempt to cross the English Channel on a jet-powered hoverboard. Why? Of course he did. On Thursday, when he was knocked into the water as he landed on a boat-mounted refueling platform, his technical team said. Frank Zapata, which is Spanish for shoe, just so you know. Zapata, not Frank. Sorry, Frankie. Frankie Zapata. Of course, if you're going to ride a hoverboard across the English Channel, your name's Frankie. You don't go by Frank.
That's right.
Quite Frankie, my dear.
Yeah, Frankie Zapata lifted off near the northern port of Calais with 42 liters of kerosene in his backpack, enough for about 10 minutes of flight. That is not very fuel efficient. He planned to strap on a new... I knew that was going to get somebody. Yep, I figured it you, Scotty. I figured we'd have you pegged.
You had me pegged with that strap-on joke? That's
you didn't
nice.
catch the reference from earlier. Okay. He planned to strap on a new backpack on a vessel waiting midway across the 35-kilometer wide Strait of Dover. It's a huge disappointment. The strap-on. It wasn't as big as It's a huge disappointment. He made his rendezvous with the refueling boat, but the landing platform hit the flyboard, which threw him off balance and knocked him into the water. Support crew member Stephanie Dennis told
Stephanie?
BFM. Stephanie. Not Stephanie.
I thought you said Stephanie.
Oh. Stephanie, I don't know. Zapata was making his attempt on the 110th anniversary of first powered flight between Britain and France. So there you go. He got knocked off his hoverboard.
Stephanie didn't do it.
Yep, Stephanie didn't reach out to pick him up. She's probably the one that knocked him off.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, her and Frankie were having some trouble.
Frankie Zapata.
Zapata.
That will live.
Sounds like a traveling circus guy.
Yeah, or a musician in the 70s and 60s.
A little Zappa.
Yep. Was that me?
No, that's Amy.
That's me.
Oh, that's you? That's your...
That's her iPhone.
Yep, that's your iPhone.
iPhone. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
we were
sorry.
discussing those earlier.
I can't help it.
Well, that's...
Not all of us can have high-end things.
Hey, you
Yeah,
know
some-
what? I'm still paying for it.
Exactly.
It's an 8, so give me some. It's been that long. I bought it when it... Well, never mind. It was old when I bought it, but...
That's okay.
This is the only one they had in the store, and I was like, look, I'm getting divorced. I need my own plan. Get me my own phone right now. I don't care what it is. You give me... And he had one phone in the whole store. I didn't care, and it was pink, so I was like so happy about it.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
know.
As long as you get a
Oh, my
pink
God.
iPhone.
I'm all right.
I just said a pink iPhone. That's not...
Oh, my God. Please do not go back to this again.
Yeah. Oh.
Stripper crack in the pink eye.
These burglars came prepared. They cut a hole through the concrete roof and shimmied down into the warehouse. They disabled the alarms. They escaped with $2 million worth of goods. The stolen booty. I can't say anything around you people. 34,000 pairs of high-end fajas, a Spanx-like undergarment popular in Miami's Hispanic community. The robbery took 34,000 pairs of Spanx, as basic high-end Spanx.
I'm wearing a pair of fajas right now.
Yeah. Well, faja. How does that make you feel? Faha. The robbery took place last year and was only made public recently. David Ovalle, a Miami Herald journalist, has been reporting the story from South Florida. According to his reporting, less than a quarter of the fajitas. We're just going to call them fajitas. It's so much
I
easier.
was thinking of too.
Yeah, because you wrap your meat.
No!
Wrap your pianist.
You eat your fajita and then you stuff your fat in it.
Yep. Stuff your
That's what they're for.
stuff your leftover. Yep, you stuff your fajitas and your fajas. Fajas.
Fa.
Yeah, where was I? I don't even care. Less than a quarter of them have been returned to Premier International Group. Pig. Premier International Group.
Yeah, nice.
Oh my god.
And the recovered garments are mostly unsellable because somebody's had their fajitas stuffed in them.
Had their fajita in there.
Detectives from Miami-Dade's cargo theft unit noticed black market sellers exchanging garbage bags full of fajas and were able to uncover the operation. Still, the burglars behind the estimated $2 million plunder have yet to be found. They escaped with their fajas intact. Nothing on the
Shapewear.
nothing on the plundered Spanx. That's a good band name right there.
Is plundered Spanx.
The plundered Spanx.
Sounds disgusting.
They're so
That's a good grunge band.
Oh God! Why? Don't say grunge and Spanx are the same too.
Well, why were the other ones unsellable?
Oh.
plundered Spanx in the faja.
Oh. A trio of cheesemakers
Oh my God!
Yes.
from grungy fajas to cheesemakers.
All the way from Famunda.
Quit it.
I'm dying here. A trio of cheesemakers teamed up in Quebec to make a world-breaking poutine
Oh, man.
that weighed nearly 6,700 pounds.
That's a big
crap.
poutine.
How much gravy was on that poutine?
That's a big poutine.
That's a lot of poutine.
Ooh.
Did you say poutine?
Yep.
Poutine.
Oh my God!
Wow. You all right? Phew. Okay, where was I?
Poutine.
Poutine. I was in the poutine. And a lot of it.
Dude, did they say how much gravy was involved with it?
Hold on. We'll get to the gravy, Scotty. You're so anxious.
Is it white gravy?
Peaches.
Somebody get the faja for this big poutine.
You can't squeeze that much poutine into a faja.
Got the gravy on my faja right now. My cheekbones hurt.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
Guess who's not laughing right now?
We don't need a laugh track right now. We're killing it.
Ooh. Anyway, gravy.
The cheesemakers, Fromage Warwick, Fromagerie Victoria, I think I used to date her, and Fromagerie de Presbyter, French, combined fries, gravy, and cheese curds in Warwick to create a total 6,688 pounds of poutine. Just that. Pounds of poutine. Pounds and pounds of poutine. Sebastian LeMay, the co-owner of Fromage Warwick, said it took about 26 to 28 hours to prepare all the cheese curds for the poutine. The fries were cooked up just prior to the event with the use of 40 deep frying machines. No mention of the gravy, Scotty. We're vastly disappointed in the reporters of this.
I'm disappointed in their poutine.
They're pounds and pounds of poutine. The poutine's always better.
I really wanted to know if
we could do without the cheese curds, but it's
Yeah.
got to have the gravy.
That's right. Gotta have the gravy.
I really wanted to know if it was white gravy.
Oh.
It was
Ew.
brown gravy.
It's gotta be brown.
Or that.
That means you missed.
And that's how Pink Eye got started.
That's how you get the pink iPhone.
Hey now. Knock off my pink iPhone.
Man. Is anybody else's face hurt right now? Mine does.
Mine's
Wow.
hot.
Mine's just a little. I'm a little moist.
My
My
fake
face is a
spray
little
tan's
moist.
getting a little darker.
All this poutine.
Oh my God.
Where do we go from there?
Man, I don't even
a
know how
cattle
you
drive
talk about
event in Colorado City went awry when a longhorn made a break for freedom and ran through an open door into the lobby of a building.
Sir, your barn door's open.
Yep.
Go get your poutine.
From poutine to the longhorn. Witnesses captured video during the annual Ride for the Brand cattle drive in downtown Colorado Springs, because that's where you want to have a cattle drive, in downtown.
Yeah.
When the Longhorn cow fled from the herd and ran through an open door into the plaza of the Rockies building. One of the cowboys driving the cattle rode his horse into the lobby, lassoed the cow, and led it back to the group. There were no reports of injuries from the Longhorn's break for freedom. However, the poutine made them all sick. The Ride for the Brand cattle drive is part of the Ride for the Brand Ranch Rodeo, taking place at the Norris Penrose Events Center, in case you want to go next year. But no poutine, so... That killed it. That
Man, I'll tell you what.
The bull
all it
escaped.
takes-
That's all it
Yeah,
was.
that's all it is. The Longhorn escaped.
Oh.
Yeah, no poutine for that one. I gotta have a drink. Unfortunately, this is just water. A remorseful thief who swiped a bottle of ketchup from a New Jersey restaurant gave the eatery 2 new bottles, along with a letter saying the incident had brought them bad luck. A manager closing up Wednesday night at Perkins Restaurant in Lacey Township
I love Perkins.
discovered a brown bag. They were brown bagging it. Discovered a brown bag next to the entrance to the business and turned out to contain 2 unopened bottles of ketchup and an anonymous letter. The letter, which the manager shared on Facebook, explained that the author had taken a bottle of ketchup off the table while dining. I thought it'd be risky, the letter said. I'm as square as they come, and this is the worst thing I've ever done. Wow. The letter said the theft had brought them bad luck and bad karma, including their car being hit by another vehicle just hours after the incident.
Wow.
I didn't really want to catch him.
He's like, guess what I'm about to do, Susie? I'm about to steal this ketchup.
You see that bottle of ketchup?
As soon as I grab it, you make
We
a run
gonna
for
liven
it.
things up tonight.
You get
You
that
sleeping
car
with a
started, and you
criminal.
get going, and I'll just jump in. So they took off in a high speed.
Yep, high speed chase. It
After
was actually a
stealing
police car that hit him. It was a pit maneuver. That's what happened. They had to get that ketchup back because it's Perkins. They can't really afford it.
This is true.
Quit knocking on Perkins. I love Perkins. I love their pancakes.
Man, Perkins,
Chocolate
iPhone.
chip.
we're
You ever had
messing with all
Perkins
your stuff
poutine?
today.
Pancakes. I need my chocolate chips in my pancakes.
And our Perkins poutine.
Yep, Perkins poutine.
Perkins does not make poutine. They're not that classy.
Hey, it's
They
not
got
on the
gravy,
menu.
they got fries, they got cheese. You
That's
can make
right.
your own poutine at Perkins. You can make your own
sure it's
Perkins
been made there
poutine. Oh yeah,
before.
oh yeah. Plenty of poutines to be found at Perkins.
I have so many memories at Perkins. Sorry, my brother got put under the table at Perkins because he cussed on the bus.
'Cause he-
My dad made him sit under the table.
Oh my god.
Because he cussed on the bus.
Yeah, I told on him. He hates. He hates my guts for that because he had to sit
Still?
under the table at Perkins.
Still to this day?
No, not no.
No, eventually they let him out. Yep.
Which Perkins
Yeah,
is it?
why
I need
does
to go
it-
pay him a
Guess
visit.
which
Why is this dude under
one?
here?
Springfield.
Yeah, why is this dude under here? He cussed on the bus. Just leave.
Yeah,
I'm going to go over there and take a selfie and be like, this is in memory
The
of whatever your
30-year-old
brothers.
kid.
There's your Guinness World Record for longest time out under a table at Perkins.
Patrick, just the first 2 words of the next story.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Meat purveyor Oscar Meyer. Meat purveyor Oscar Meyer is branching out into the dessert game with its latest product: ice cream sandwiches with bits of real hot dog. What? That's tasty. Oscar Meyer announced ahead of Friday's National Ice Cream Sandwich Day that it partnered with New York ice cream company Il Laboratorio del Gelato to create the Ice Dog Sandwich, an ice cream sandwich inspired by hot dogs.
At least it wasn't called dog cream
The
sandwich.
ice,
Yeah, the dog
ice
cream.
dog.
Hey, at least it's not called wiener flavored ice cream.
Nope, that's Bluebell has that.
So much hot dog flavor.
Yes, yes.
The
The
ice
sandwich,
dog.
which features cookies as, quote, buns, contains bits of candied hot dog meat and spicy
Candy.
mustard ice cream.
What?
The company said its Wienermobile will drive... I want a Wienermobile.
I do want a wiener mobile.
I've got one.
This iPhone, this pink iPhone's got her a Wienermobile.
Only takes 4D
Oh
batteries.
no, that was a wiener whistle. Sorry.
I got a wiener whistle.
What happened?
What happens when you blow on the whistle?
blow the wiener whistle?
It makes a.
There's this weird gravy.
Everybody from the poutine comes over.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
It yells peaches.
I have never yelled peaches in her house.
No. I've never yelled peaches when I was getting my wiener whistle blown. Oh man. The company said its Wienermobile will drive around Manhattan during the week of August 12th to distribute free samples of their unusual dessert. So in case you want a wiener ice cream.
Candied wiener.
Candied wiener.
Don't forget the candy.
Take that, Joey Chestnut.
It's like caramel, or is it like strawberry? Or
What, the candied on the wiener?
Yeah, the candy on the wiener. I'm wondering about that.
It's glazed.
Yeah, but
probably.
It's a glazed dog.
Well played.
You're welcome.
Oh
Poor
man,
Bills.
we have one more news story. Unfortunately, that's about all we've got time for. So let's see. Hopefully, this is a good one. This is boring, but we'll do it anyway. It won't be bad.
Did you skip the Perkins one?
What's that?
Did you skip the Perkins one?
The Perkins one.
We're ta-
Yeah,
Oh.
that was the stolen ketchup
Can't
bottle.
keep up.
Yeah. Peaches, you can't keep up. An internet provider is offering a one-weekend dream job to someone willing to take a weekend vacation free from phones and computers. Sign me up. SatelliteInternet.com said the Digital Detox Challenge is offering $1,000 to someone willing to spend a weekend at Joshua Tree National Park in Southern California, but they have to give up using any tech devices for 2 of the 3 days.
Oh my
Shouldn't be
god.
that hard, yeah. In true millennial style, you can pull out your tech on the last day to document and share your experience, the company said. The selected person will be chosen August 26th from applications on the firm's website. Will be put up in a retro Airbnb with amenities including air conditioning, a hot tub, a pool, and running water. Instead of hunching over your tech devices all day, you can explore nearby hiking trails, take a dip in the pool, read a book, meditate, relax in the hammock, and watch the stars.
I could totally do that.
Absolutely. Why is that? How is that a challenge? Well, I
You
guess
both
it's
should
not.
do it.
her daughter went camp. You want to tell him about that?
So she's 13.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, she went camping with her squad, her girls, and I get a message Saturday. She's done camping, and it wasn't the fact that she was sleeping in a tent. She came home to let me know the reason that she's never going camping again is because she cannot go without that
Get a
phone.
signal. Can't get a
And I
signal.
was like, Jalen, all your friends were with you. Who did you need to contact? And she was like, you don't understand. No, I don't, because you were with your friends. Who was there to call? You sure? I don't know. So yeah, I feel sad for the generation.
Well,
that
because
put 'em down.
when you're with all your friends, there's always got to be one friend you text,
Well, they were
trash
going
talk
through
about another
withdrawals.
friend.
She was like, we started arguing because they didn't have their phones.
Right, they
were
didn't
like,
have that buffer. Yeah,
Yeah,
They don't
it-
know how to socially interact.
yeah.
Like,
That's the
it's-
bad thing
It
because
was.
you can't read nuances on a phone. So when somebody's sarcastic, you might take them seriously. You never knew that best friend of yours was just a sarcastic bee the whole time. You know? and here you are. It's like you're kind of yeah.
I
Yeah.
like you. I
Yeah,
thought
it's
you
like,
did.
yeah.
No. When I played the Barrel House, I was shocked. Like there were quite a few people there and nobody was looking up. They were all on their phones. They were clapping everything, but
Yeah.
it was like if you're there to see live music, aren't you? I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
I wasn't offended because I'd probably be doing the same
Well,
thing.
it's like
but
going to see comedy. I
I
see
just-
people in the club with their phone out. It's like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
is wrong with you,
that's
man?
annoying.
There are things happening. Enjoy happening
When we go to
things.
concerts, it's my biggest pet peeve is everybody
Yeah.
taping everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, put it down.
Yeah.
Down. Just enjoy
Well, I
the
want to watch
moment.
it later. Well, why watch it now? It's actually happening.
Right. They didn't buy their ticket. You don't have to
Because
go
you
live.
can't say you saw their concert. You saw a recording you made of the concert while you were at the concert. You
Yeah.
idiot. It makes no sense to me. But we're gonna have to wrap up, man. This has been fun. This
wrap
has been
it up.
This has been wrap. Well, you like wrapping up things. Oh,
Well, thank you.
Thank
I had a
you
blast. This
so
was much
much.
needed.
I needed this
It definitely was, man. Sometimes I just book a show correctly to serve the purpose that we need at that time, and I think we all needed to laugh at the craziest of things. Yeah. And I thank you guys for coming in. As Scotty said, I love you guys, all of you. You're fantastic. It's been great getting to know you over the past couple years. You more recently. It's just been a lot of fun, and it's the thing that keeps me going. Otherwise, I would have quit like 4.5 years. But Scotty, you're going to be at Wiley's Sunday Comics this Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, as am I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come get your laugh
going to be doing hair. You're going to be doing hair.
I will.
Well, not on Sunday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, back to school time.
Yeah, give some shout outs to
Bella D'Astros.
D'Astros.
Yes,
I
located
said it
at the
wrong
Green,
Yeah.
82 Magnolia Lane, or Facebook me.
Yeah, get out and get your hair did.
Yeah.
Don't be sliding in her inbox either. Just Facebook her.
Right,
Your
right,
motives
right,
better
right.
be pure.
Peaches
Right.
is coming after you.
Yeah, peaches will come
Yeah.
out. And you don't want to get these peaches on you.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Amy,
Yes,
have any shows coming up?
I do. I have the Crown Plaza this weekend, and then Gem City Films next weekend, I believe.
Oh,
2
that's right.
episodes
Yeah,
in one
yeah.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be exhausting.
Ooh, yeah.
And fun.
It is fun. And
It
I
is.
have to say, that's how I've met the most amazing people that I've ever met in my life. So I'm very appreciative for Gem City. As much as they had fun roasting Andrew, and as much fun as I had watching it. But
That was fun.
it was.
And you did look a little worried.
The one I'm about to drop, I'm going to do a video, I'm hoping. And I want to get like as many people singing in this as I can because it's a 4-part harmony, so why not? But
Right,
yeah, I'm reaching out to a bunch of people to see if I can get someone to sing it. So I think we need it.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need a
absolutely.
song.
Absolutely.
Yeah, someone famous wrote one for Dayton, but I'm not famous. But I bet I could compete.
It's going to be better. Yeah. Exactly.
Aw, thanks, guys.
So Crown Plaza, what nights are you
Crown
there?
Plaza, let's see, this weekend will be a Saturday. So I'll be up there on Saturday.
All right, cool. I might have to stop up there. I say that like every week.
It's a fun time. Like that piano is like amazing to play. So yeah, and I'm playing in sync, which is it went over so well. It's gonna be May. It's awesome on piano. It sounds dumb, but like I can make anything sound not crappy usually.
That is true.
It's a boy band song, and people are like, I like this.
Show up Sunday and work on my jokes. Make
I am
those sound
so
amazing.
excited for Sunday. I'm coming Sunday. So
Awesome. Because I'm going to be up
I'll
too.
be there. Awesome. I think a lot of people. Is Kevin Rupert up on Sunday?
Yeah, he is hosting.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. Yeah,
Y'all
that's
know I love me
gonna be
some
a lot of
Rupert,
fun. That's
so.
going to be a lot of fun. All right. Well, thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks
It's been
for having
fantastic.
us.
We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Patrick, take us away.
Love y'all.
Love you guys.
Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we are on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM. You can also stream the show live at WWSU1069.org, and we go Facebook Live at the Life Radio Show's Facebook page. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
We don't need a laugh track right now. We're killing it.